You want me on some demon time. Starting arguments for like a million times. You ain't about to have me going out my mind. Going crazy, blowing up your fucking line. Looking through my phone and searching what you find. Everything confirming that you were mine. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. Boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. You be the wild. Answer your phone. No. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. Pick up. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. Like, come on.
Now,
Answer your phone. I don't think you really wanna leave my ass alone, because I don't wanna live without you for a moment. Patience also where you're going. If you need space, then I understand that. But don't lie to my face where you stand at. You and I, we got some things that need to be discussed. Tell me why you wanna play with me and break my trust. Oh, you and I will never gonna see eye to eye. Looking for a reason why I even tried. Seeming like you want me on some demon time. Starting arguments for like a million times. You ain't about to have me going out my mind. Going crazy, blowing up your fucking line. Looking through my phone and searching what you find. Everything confirming that you were mine. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. Answer your phone. Answer your phone, boy, come on. You be the wild one. Answer your phone. No. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. Pick up. Answer your phone. Answer your phone. Like, come on. Man, it's been a second since I ran the boards. Trying to figure it out. Yeah, I think that's better. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Hey, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Check, check. Let me see some. Check, check, check. Yo, there we go. All right, beautiful. We're live and direct. All right, so this is another episode of Cross the Line Radio. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody I see in the chat right now. We got Just Art and Paint. You know what I'm saying? Princess Nizam, Barn Dog, Maria Stevenson, Ben Judah, Manamaya. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody watching from Captain Zaryak TV, as well as everybody who's been tuning in across the line for years. Let me see. We got Rock, Yabakan. Let me see. D-Ray Show, Joseph, Duran, Tony Estrada, another familiar name. What's going down, everybody? So now let me see. A lot of things to talk about. Song in the Beginning is exclusively streaming on Tribe Vibes right now, as well as a lot of other drops. We dropped about 5 songs in the last month. The video will be available soon. That was produced, recorded, and mixed by myself. You know what I'm saying? And that is, let me see, the, you know what I'm saying, lovely Miss Harmony. It says, I have a few things I spoke to my uncle about that I agree with that y'all teach, so I'm calling up. All right, well, you could definitely call up. The phone lines are wide open, so y'all can call up the number. Let me see here. We got 917-779-9499. Also, I'm going to be putting the link in the chat if anybody wants to be able to come on screen. Shalom Omar, what's going down? Let me see some. That's the link to join the StreamYard for the evening. Couple of things coming up, couple of things to talk about. Couple of things going on in the world. So big ups to Captain Zaryak, all his oils. You know what I'm saying? Sister said she got the whole crib smelling good. Well, I got something coming as well. Should I give y'all a little preview of it? I'm doing very limited copies, right? So my 4th book is done. I'll be coming down with a limited amount of, you know what I'm saying? I'll be coming down with a limited amount of copies during Passover week. I also got an exclusive drop for actually Tribe Vibes. So I'm going to be bundling things. So I'm doing a sale for Tribe Vibes right now for the year. So it's going to be $49.99 for the year, and it's going to be $79.99 moving forward for the year. But I'm going to be bundling it with some merch, you know what I'm saying, the same week. So, you know what I'm saying, definitely, you know what I'm saying, look out for that. And in the meantime and in between time, let me give y'all a little sample of something, right? Just a little sample. So I'm going to share the screen, right? And then we're gonna slide over here. Now, this is what the Kindle is gonna look like, you know what I'm saying, for the record. But you know what I'm saying, my latest book is actually done, A Tribe Called Gad. Check out the cover real quick. Check out the cover, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I designed the cover. Check it out. Now every book, you know what I'm saying, is kind of building off the last. Different book is all going to have, you know what I'm saying, different information. And you know what I mean, just to, you know, all rights reserved, you know what I'm saying, copywritten, ISUPK, cross the line, table of contents. Ooh-wee, how many chapters? We got 6 chapters. Right, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? Just to give y'all a little bit of an introduction, it says, for centuries, the origins of the Native American tribes have been shrouded in mystery, speculation, oral tradition, and institutional indoctrination by a society of eugenicists. While mainstream history attributes the ancestry of the Native Americans to ancient migrations from Asia via the Bering Strait,
Compelling evidence suggests a much more profound connection, one that links them to the lost tribes of Israel, specifically that the North American native tribes are descendants of the tribe of Gad, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. The bold statement, rooted in biblical prophecy, historical accounts, linguistic similarities, and cultural parallel, challenges conventional narratives and opens the door for fascinating re-examination of history. In this book, we will explore these connections. We will uncover the truth behind the lineage long forgotten yet deeply significant. You know? So, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got some cool things coming. You know what I'm saying? Wait, where am I? Is this, I don't know what you talking about. They are not Mongolian Gentiles. Y'all are absolutely confused. And my book, We Came from the East, completely destroys that thought and that notion. But this is what the Kindle version is going to look like. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of other things coming, right? Even when it comes down to the prophecy. So even when we talk about in Genesis 49:19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall come at last, right? So we also tie into some of the history. So for example, like when it comes down to the prophecy that was tied in with this, how several U.S. Army regiments were heavily involved in campaigns against, you know what I'm saying, Native American tribes during the Indian Wars. And when we start to look at some of these U.S. cavalries, it says U.S. cavalry regiments often divided into smaller troops, which were the cavalry equivalent of infantry companies. Within these regiments, individual units were labeled with letters such as Troop A, Troop B, Troop C. And even as you go on, we talk about the battles and even how this became something known inside of pop culture. So, you know what I mean? Y'all definitely got to check it out. Once again, it's called The Tribe Called Gad. Now, in the future, I'm going to release the Kindle version on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in the future, everybody will be able to, you know what I'm saying, tap in and get that everywhere on Amazon, from wherever you're at. But in the interim and in the meantime and the in-between time, I'm going to have physical copies. So I'm doing a limited release for now. And in the meantime, I'm also working on some audio books and things like that to revamp some of the things that we put out already. So, you know, tap in, tune in. If y'all haven't already subscribed, a car rental, you should just call up. You know what I'm saying? You said you were going to call up. Stop being tough in the chat. The phone line's wide open, 917-779-9499. Real simple. Another thing that I want to share is y'all be real sensitive. And when I say y'all, I mean the Christianites, the Christian Israelites, fake Israelites, you know what I'm saying, everywhere. Y'all get so touchy with that. You know what I don't understand? Like when we use the term fake Israelite, why do y'all get bothered? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the real issue with me? So like you know how many people have tried to talk about UPK's not home of the truth? Okay. You know how many people have tried to say something about myself? I don't give a damn. Like if I let your opinion affect who I thought I was or I am, you know what I'm saying? You would define me. I can't allow you to define you. So why would you understand, allow us to define you as a fake Israelite? I mean, maybe, just maybe, you are yielding to the authority of the home of the truth. Could be. Very well could be. Let's check out the phone lines. 516, you're on the air. State your name, where you call it from. You got the goofiest name I ever heard. Go ahead, though. That's your business? No, if it's your business, slow down, Swifty. If it's your business, slow down, Swifty. If it's your business, if it's your business, why don't you just shut up for a second? If it's your business, if it's your all right, I'm gonna just mute you for a second and then maybe you'll listen, right? So here's what I'm gonna say now. If it's your business, I'm not gonna hate on your way to make money. I thought it was like a goofy ass name or something like that. I'm gonna unmute you now. So if that's your actual business, I'm not gonna hate on anybody who hustling for themselves legally, bro. Oh wait, hold on. They said they can't hear you. Let me fix something real quick. I want to make sure that they hear you. All right. I think that's my bad, y'all. I forgot I got to share that for it to be able to come through the stream. So my bad. Hold on. Let me share this. Let me slide back over this way. I don't want your number on the screen. Could we do that? Like that? Like that? Yeah, there we go. Hey, bro, could you talk real quick?
1 2, mic check. 1 2.
Hey, let me get a one in the chat if y'all can hear the caller now. He just did a mic check. Yep, you good to go. Go ahead now.
Yeah, so I was talking to a family member that follow your teachings or whatever, right? And what he was saying to me was that you say that Satan is not against God. He's on the same side as God. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that he's with God and he's like the angel of God that doesn't, he's not in disobedience or rebellion against God. Is that the Most High? Is that what you teach?
Yeah, so we teach that, you know what I'm saying, you disobey God when you serve Satan, but Satan follows the orders of the Most High perfectly. Like there's no such thing as fallen angels. That's like a Christian farce and a lie.
Yeah, and I'm hearing scripture too. That's one of the things that I wanted to address that, because that's not what scripture says.
No, that's exactly what scripture says.
Where at?
I mean, all over the, but what, you know what I'm saying? But your challenge is what? The book of Enoch?
Nah.
Okay, so what, you know what I'm saying? So listen, so your notion is that there are fallen angels and Satan's a fallen angel.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so produce your cause.
All right, so what does the word cherubim mean to you?
What is the word what?
Cherubim.
Cherubim?
Yes.
Cherubim is the title, you understand, of an angel.
All right, so here we go. And it says right here in Ezekiel 28, verse 13, says, Son of man, take up lamentation. No, verse 13, excuse me, says, Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering. The sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, and the sapphire, the emerald, the carbuncle, and the gold. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee the day that thou was created. Thou art the anointed cherub, an angel, Garden of Eden. Then he goes in to say that covereth, and I have set thee so that was upon the holy mountain of God. That's Mount Zion. Thou hast walked up and down the midst of the stones of fire. Thou was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise, thou hast filled midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore, I will cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. So how could they be on the same side when God right here telling, not a man, cherub mean angel, I will destroy you, I'm going to destroy you? How so?
I got you, right? Because when you read inside verse 13, when it says, Thou hast been in Eden, the garden, who is it talking about?
Satan. It was God, it was the Most High,
no.
Adam, Eve, Satan.
No. The way that you know is you were that's right. Hold on.
No, that's what you're saying. What does cherub mean?
Yeah, hey, bro. I don't need you to be emotional. You see how I just let you speak that entire time? No, you're being complete.
What does cherub mean?
Brother, you being completely emotional. I just let you speak. I gave you the respect of the floor. Why don't you allow me to respond? I appreciate you, right? It's called mutual respect. You were right when you wanted to start in verse 12. It tells you who we're talking about. In verse 12, it says, Son of man, take up lamentations upon the king of Tyrus, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Thou sealest up the sum full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Who's the thou? It is the person we're taking up the lamentation against. We're talking about the king of Tyrus. If we read up even further in the beginning of this chapter, in verse 1, it says, the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God. Thou set thine heart as the heart of God. The reason as to why he's talking about him, you understand, as a cherub, is because this man set himself up as God or something that's in heaven, and God is humbling him. So this is not talking about Satan or an angel. It's literally telling you this is a man, and it's talking about the king or the prince or the ruler of Tyrus, which is what it said in verse 12, which is why you started at 13 and not 12. That's the context.
It says, when you said it says the prince, right?
The prince, the king, is talking about the ruler of Tyrus.
Hold on. You said it's talking about the prince.
Then
the king.
It's literally talking about the rulers of Tyrus.
All right. So here we go. So look. So you saying that can the prince beat an angel? Can the prince kidnap an angel?
No, we're not.
Right.
We're not talking about kidnapping an angel. We're talking about slow down. According to verse 12, according to the context of who we're talking about, who does it say the Son of Man is talking to?
Yeah, but see, this one. Let me.
I answered your question. Answer mine.
I'm about to answer your question. Now, when you go to Daniel 10. Right?
No, we don't got to go to Daniel. We right here. Don't leave. We don't have to leave this chapter.
No. You don't be go from precept to precept, right? I'm saying
talk about where we are right now. We're not talking about a concept. I asked you. Hold on. I don't.
Let me answer. Listen. If it's invalid, then say so.
Listen to what I'm saying though, because what you're about to do is going to muddy the waters. I don't mind if you want to make your comparison, but you have not answered my question directly. I answered your question directly. So answer my question directly and then make your point.
It says, and Daniel 10.
You see now once again. I'm cutting you off because I don't have a problem with you going there. Can you answer my question? Can you answer my question first or not?
I'm about to answer it. Let me answer it.
I didn't ask you about Daniel. I asked you about verse 12.
Exactly. But this is my answer. I'm about to, if it's invalid to the people, let them say so. If not, let me talk.
All right, I'm gonna suffer it because you're gonna look like a fool. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
There I go. Okay, hold on. Let me go real quick. 774. You're on the air with Cross the Line Radio. There he goes.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on? Who's this?
This is Tony from Boston, man. I just got like a quick question.
What's up?
In 1 Corinthians 2, verse 8. If you want to go there, we can read it real quick. I have a question. When Paul refers to Christ as the Lord of glory, is he referring to Psalms 24?
What does it say in Psalms 24?
Psalms 24 from verse 7 through 10. You want to read it?
If you could read it. I got Corinthians pulled up right now.
1 Corinthians 2, verse 8.
Yeah, I got 1 Corinthians 2 and 8 says, which of the princes of this world knew? For had they known it, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. Okay.
And in Psalms 24 from 7 to 10, it says, lift up your heads, O you gates. Be lifted up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O you gates. Lift up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory?
Where we
The
at?
Lord of hosts.
We at Psalms what?
24.
24. Okay.
7. You can read from verse 8 to 10 or 7. I read from 7 to 10, but it's up to you.
Okay, I'm going to start at verse, I guess, 5. He shall receive the blessing of the Lord and righteousness from the salvation of his God. Hold up. Oh, this is a short one. I'm going to just start at 1. A psalm of David. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof of the world. Dwell therein, for he founded upon the seas and established the floods. Who shall ascend to the hill of the Lord? Who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul into vanity or swore deceitfully, he shall receive blessings from the Lord and from the righteousness of God, the salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah. Lift up your heads, O gates, and lift ye up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Okay.
Keep going.
Who is the King of glory? The Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your head, ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory, Selah. Okay.
So the Lord of glory and the King of glory is the same person, right?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say in this context. You have the Most High and you have Christ. You get what I'm saying? So, like, who's?
Yeah, but Christ is the Lord of glory.
You just asked the question. Can I respond? Oh, this is Tony from the Car Chronicles.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony? What's up, man? I be forgetting y'all sometimes, man.
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Nah, I'm cool. How are you, man?
I'm just chilling, you know. Just chilling.
Yeah, so
this is interesting because you see here it calls the King of glory,
okay.
The Lord of hosts.
Okay, because who's king? Who's going to rule on earth?
But if Christ is the King, the Lord of hosts, then Christ is God.
No, brother, because Christ is his representative, right? When it says who is the image of the invisible God, that's talking about his representation.
But Paul calls him the Lord of glory.
And he calls him the Lord of glory because whose glory is it? It's the Most High's glory.
But he doesn't. That's not. You have no scripture to say that though. You just made that up.
That's the absolute context. You know what I'm saying? You can't read the two. Not. It is. You can't read.
Where context do you see that from?
You see how you speak and then I speak and then you speak over me speaking? So the context is all throughout the scriptures, like when the Lord turns around and even Christ says all the glory is the Father's. Where does that glory come from? It comes from the Father. You can't turn around and equate and conflate them to the same thing.
But the Father says honor the Son as you honor the Father. And the Father also calls Christ God too.
Because what you bind on earth, you bind in heaven. You understand? Thy kingdom done, thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Because who's the most highest representative on earth? Is it not Christ?
Who's the most high representative? Where are you going with that?
I'm going with who is the most highest representative on earth.
Christ comes from everlasting, though. That's what the scriptures say.
And Christ was also created. That's what the scripture says. But that doesn't mean that Christ wasn't created.
Christ, the scriptures don't say Christ. It
absolutely does. It says he's the first.
It doesn't.
It says he's the firstborn of every.
And it says all things that were created through Christ.
Yeah, and I don't have an issue with that. And that's after he was created. So what are we?
You don't have that. You don't have no scripture to say it was after he was created.
We do in the same verse that we read it. We read about him being created and then the rest of creation happening. That's literally the order that you read it in.
Let's go to Proverbs 8 then.
Let's go to Colossians and let's read what I just said.
All right, you go to Colossians, I'll go to Proverbs 8.
So when I go to Colossians and I read Colossians 1, and I'm going to start at 15. Who is the image of the invisible God? The firstborn of every creature. What does it mean to be firstborn?
Break down your verse, brother.
I'm asking you. Can
You're
you
reading that out of context.
can you break it down or not? What does the firstborn mean?
I can't break that down.
You know why you can't break that down? Because if you break that down, it breaks down the walls of your indoctrination. Because
you said what verse was that? First Corinthians?
That was no, it was Colossians. There is no first, 1:15. And it says the firstborn of every creature. And you know what? It's a very humble thing you said that I cannot break that down. I can break it down. You understand? For you to be the firstborn of something, you are created. God doesn't have a beginning nor an end. God has always existed. He's not the firstborn of a creature. Christ is, because Christ was created.
Well, let's go to, so all right. With that being said, can you break down Proverbs 8?
Proverbs 8 about what?
22 to 30. About the same topic, though. So with that being said, then break this down then.
Hold on.
Proverbs 8, verse 22 to 30.
Proverbs 8, verse 22. You want to read it? Because that's a lot of verses, and this is your verse.
Okay. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his ways. Before his works of old, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. So it says here, Christ was brought forth from everlasting.
Where does it? Hold on. Where does it say this?
It says right here in verse 23. I was set up from everlasting. Christ said, I was set up from everlasting.
Where does this say that? Hold on, but I just want to know, based off your context, where does this say that this is Christ saying that?
This is about Christ.
So this
is speaking about Christ.
Can you show me that this is speaking about Christ?
Okay. That's why I want to read it all the way to verse 30. Look, we're going to start that from verse 22.
You stop there, but please, you know what I'm saying, show me that.
Okay. Where I'm at right here, verse 23. All right. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there was no foundations abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth. While as yet had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depths, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass, his commandments, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him, as one brought up with him. What does it say in verse 30? Then I was by him as one brought up with him. I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. So you see here that Christ was what?
Now you're saying this is Christ. Why is this chapter talking
then
about?
I was by him as one brought up with him.
Why is this chapter talking about wisdom?
Bro, you can't break down the wisdom.
No.
Too high.
This entire chapter, is talking about wisdom. So why are you?
All right.
I'm just asking you.
That was talking about Christ.
I'm just asking you if you have not shown me where this is talking about Christ, unless you're going to show me where Christ is the wisdom in this chapter.
Who is the I in this? Who's the I?
Can you show me? Can you show me?
Who's the I?
I'm asking you a very, very, very simple question. Can you show me where Christ is the wisdom in this chapter? Because if we read from the beginning, this is talking about wisdom.
This is talking about these 22, verse 22 from 30 is talking about before creation. This is talking about Christ before the heavens. Christ said, I was there before the heavens. In verse 30 right here, where it says, then I, who's the I here, was by him as one brought up with him. And I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
So check this out. In 22, it says, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way before his works of old. Who's the Lord? Who's
I was
the Lord?
set up from
Hold on.
everlasting.
Who's the Lord right here?
The Father.
So possessed me. Who's the me?
Right.
And now you're trying.
Where was he set up from? Where was he set up from?
Hold on. The Lord
Verse 23.
possessed me in the beginning. If you possess something, what does that mean?
When he possessed him, he had him. He was already in him.
He had him.
He
How?
possessed him. I can't explain the mystery of God. Only God knows. Just like when the Bible says no one knows the Father but the Son, and no one knows the Son but the Father.
Because here's what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to.
But this is why you stopped at 23. Go to 23.
Tony, this is not why I stopped at 23.
Yes, it is. You're gonna get cut.
It's not. No, Tony, you're jumping the gun right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen, Tony, you cannot run this show. I'm literally walking with you in your understanding, which is why I went right to the verse that you asked for. And I'm trying to break this down with you line upon line based off the understanding that you possessed. And then you know what you did? You turned around and said, who can understand the mysteries of God? So if every time I'm going to talk to you, right, and you don't understand something, you're going to attribute it to just guessing. You're just going to attribute like if we can't understand the mysteries of God, why are me and you even talking right now? Because as we go on and I ask you questions, you're going to tell me I can't explain this to you. So why then do you feel the need to disagree with me in authority if you can't explain this?
Does possessed mean created?
What I literally asked you what possessed means.
And I'm asking you that.
How are you asking me what that word means when I asked you what it means?
Possess means to completely control.
You want to go like look up this word in the Hebrew and let's get some context?
Yeah, let's get some context.
And there's a direct reason as to why I went here from now, right? So now the same word, it says road, pathway, journey, direction, moral character. Let me make sure I got on the right word real quick. No, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong word, bro.
Controlled or influenced by something.
Hold on. To get, acquire, create, buy, possess. To get, acquire, obtain. Of God originating, creating, redeeming. Possessor. To buy, to be bought. So for God to possess him, do you know all the context I said here? It not only says that the Lord is greater than him, but that he's higher in authority in this state.
Okay. But look at verse 23.
No. Before we even get to 23, you have to deal with what this is, because there's even creation inside of this.
Possessed in Hebrew means to control or influence by something.
I literally, this exact word, right?
I'm looking at it too right now.
This exact word is quina, and I'm reading it straight out the blue letter, which says to get, acquire, create, buy.
How do you spell quina?
Huh?
How do you spell quina?
Quana and ah.
It's spelled with a Y-A-R.
No, it is not.
That's what Google says.
That's your problem that you're on Google. You want me to share my screen?
Yeah, share your screen.
All right. Oh, wait, I don't know if you're going to cut out if I share this screen at the same time.
I'm on the phone.
Oh, so you can't even read this?
No, I can watch it on the same time. I can watch the YouTube on the same time.
No, I got you. But in order for them to still hear you, I have to stop screen sharing you for a second. I'm gonna switch back and forth. So I'm gonna stop sharing you. I'm gonna share that screen and then come back. All right. I'm trying to be fair to you, Tony. You're learning right now. So now here you want me to go back so you could see it from the chapter? You see where it says quina? Buy, get, purchase, buyer, possessor? Yes. Do you not see where it says KJV translate Strong's H706? Now, earlier you wanted to argue with me that Christ wasn't created, and did you not read the word create? Did you not read about what it possessed? I don't have a problem breaking it down, but what I'm saying is, it does, right? But even over here, when it says, but now you see where it says of acquiring knowledge, wisdom, because earlier I told you this chapter was talking about wisdom. So when it talks about him, which is acquired at the beginning, it's talking about wisdom inside of this entire chapter. We can definitely go back in a second. Let me share you again so that they could hear you. I just wanted you to see this directly in the chapter because I wanted you to see these contexts. So, but what I'm saying is we see the Lord. Hold on, 1 second so that this way they can hear the let's go back so that this way they can hear what you're saying so that they can hear this nonsense. Hold on. Share screen again. Branded Bridge. Share. Tony, you're back on with me.
All right.
All right. So now back with what we're saying here, though. Here's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Do you not see that there is a direct distinction between this me and the Lord, that you have been trying to make the same person and have them be at the same status?
I said that's the Father, and that the possessed me was Christ. Are you?
But you tried earlier. Hold on, Tony. When we started this conversation, you tried to make Christ and the Father the same. And right here, we are seeing something completely different. And you tried to make this Christ in heaven. No. And now I'm showing you a distinct difference between the two. And now there's one of two contexts that we can bring in here, Tony. We could either talk about this being an acquirement of wisdom, which was with the Lord from the beginning, or we could mean that possessed means he created me in the beginning, in which case either neither one of these or Christ was created at this time. So which context do you want to insert for the Lord possessed me?
Okay. When we went to the Hebrew, it also said it can mean acquire or possess. So it doesn't automatically mean created. There was 3 definitions for the word, first of all. And when you see, I'm saying this is the Father of Christ. It was said, and the Lord possessed me in the beginning, before his works. I was set up from everlasting. So you see that the Lord possessed Christ from everlasting. And then when you go down to verse 30,
I got you.
I'll let you speak, brother. I'll let you speak. Please let me speak.
Before you went to 30, just so you know, Tony, the only reason why I stopped you is because I didn't want you to get away from what we were talking about in possessed. But show me in 30.
In verse 30, it says, "Then I was by him as one brought up with him." So you see that the Father in Christ was always one. He says, "I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him." So you see that Christ and the Father were like one brought up with him. Like they created all things together.
But now there's 2 beings there. Is God 1 or 2?
God is 1.
So if God is 1 and these are separating them, why are you making them equal?
They're two separate entities, but they're one God.
Are they equal?
Yes.
So how is something that possesses the other one equal?
Because he's humble.
Because he's what?
They're on one accord. They're one.
If you possess something, are you equal with what you possess?
Yes.
How?
If you work for me, are you less? Am I more human than you?
If you work for me, yeah, because I can fire you.
Boss,
if
I'm your boss,
if you're my boss, if you're my boss, can I fire you?
But am I more human?
Can I fire you?
I'm not talking about
can I fire you?
I'm not talking about
you
status.
are talking
I'm
about
not talking about that. I'm talking about positioning.
As soon as you said boss, as soon as
the Father
Tony,
not say he comes from
as
everlasting?
soon as you said boss, you spoke about a position and title. So, and right now, when I talk to you, we talked about equality. No, Tony, we're talking about equality, Tony. And you are not equal with your boss. I'm not equal with boss.
If I'm your boss and you work for me, we're still equal as humans.
We are not equal if you instruct me. If you are in charge of me.
Am I more of a human than you?
Do you know what? No, you're conflating the argument. Humanity has nothing.
I'm saying Christ's deity and the Father's deity
no
are equal.
Humans on the earth.
I'm saying the Father's deity. The Father comes from everlasting.
No humans.
The Father comes from everlasting.
Tony.
It says it right there.
Tony.
It says it right there.
Tony, you're being incoherent now.
No, I'm not.
You're being absolutely incoherent.
Just because I have a higher authority than you doesn't make me more human than
you. You have no higher authority. Okay.
Just because the Father has a higher authority than Christ doesn't make him.
So Tony, you want to see if me and you are equal on this platform? You want to see who's in higher authority right now?
We're still human.
I'm just asking you. Do you want to see?
Even if you hang the phone up or not,
what I'm saying is, right now, are me and you equal?
I wake up and breathe air.
Let me show you the lack of equality. You feel equal, Tony? Do you feel an authority? Now, Tony, call back up and tell me how authoritative you felt. Call back up, Tony. Come back. Let me see how much authority you got. All right, let's check this out. Hold on. 774. Who's this? 774. Who's this? Hello? One more time. 774. Let me try. 929.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, now you see how I kicked you off, told you to call back, and you called back? Who's an authority, Tony?
No, I just wanted to show you that.
I just want to show you something.
You're not an authority.
Okay. All right. You going. Tony, call back up, Tony. 929. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Hey, who's this?
Oh, this is Joseph.
Joseph, could you turn me down in the background? I hear an echo reverbing.
Okay, I got it. It's okay now?
Yeah, it's better now. What's going on?
Hey, brother Kadazar. How do you say that Christ has a two beginnings? Because you say he was created, then that make him a beginning, and then he came born of the Virgin. Does that make two? So he has two.
So when you say born of a virgin, what do you mean by that?
Well, a beginning, just like how me and you born, and that was our beginning. We all came out. That was the beginning of us, and where we go from there.
But then if that was the beginning, why then does it go on to create from that firstborn how all things were created from him? Were all things created from him after he was born?
Well, from the first beginning, you say he was created, so that was a beginning. Then he started to do the creation.
Yeah, and
as you may say, God appointed him to do.
But now,
and then he came again as a beginning from the Virgin.
But as this first, when you say virgin, you mean who's
Mary?
Who's Christ's father?
Well, to my knowledge, Christ Christ doesn't have a father, but in the term that he came as a human, he came like a human. So he came as the Son of God, right? So God his father as he came as a human.
Okay, Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph is Christ's father. Yeah. Number one. Number two, the text doesn't read like what you say. It talks about him being firstborn and then talks about creation. So are you saying that he was born and then everything was created from Mary on?
Yeah, but you say firstborn. Firstborn, that's your interpretation of being creation. Firstborn mean the highest, like a king is the highest over all the over his nation.
How does a man become king in a nation?
How the man become king? He was given the authority of being the king of creation.
Who gave him the
authority? You know. So that makes Christ doesn't get.
Hold on. You another person who's incoherent. So since you won't answer the question, I'll tell it to you. A man becomes a king when he's the firstborn son and heir to that throne, which means he's created. That's what it means to be a firstborn. If you are born of something, you came out of something, you were created from something. How could something be the original if it's the firstborn of something? You don't just get born in existence, you get born from something.
Okay. If you said that, what is his coming then? Like coming through the Virgin? What does that? You say he was already created. How would he come again? Come again and make again, be made again from the Virgin?
I don't believe that he strictly came from just a virgin. A virgin is a young woman. I believe that Joseph was his father and Joseph and Mary had sex to create him. Otherwise, he could not be the Messiah. That's prophecy.
Yes, even you that's your thing. You say we created. You use the word just not created. So that making him twice. God, according to your thing, God made him in the beginning. And now God made him again through Joseph. So that's making 2 times, huh? How does he get 2 times?
Because I'll tell you why. Because Christ was here more than once. That's why.
So you're saying he God made him twice then. God made him through Joseph. How about
I just read the scriptures for you, right? When it said, this is Revelations 22:16, and it says, I, Jesus, have sent mine angels to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. How did he come before and after David? You want to help me with that one?
Yeah, he's the bright and morning star because he's from before creation.
Okay, that's fine. Star. And after creation, we get the root and offspring. The root is before David, the offspring is after. So how is he the root and offspring of David?
Because he come as a representative king, just like David was a king. But at the same time, he didn't come to the seed of David.
But this says
somebody came through the seed of. Let me explain.
No, because you're not explaining. Okay. You said he's the representative, right? So if he's the representative, how is he the representative as the roots? And then how is he the representative as the offspring? Do you know what the word offspring means?
What's your interpretation of that?
It's not interpretation, it's definition. It has nothing to do with interpretation. Words have definitions, they have meanings. Do you know what the definition of offspring is?
Yeah, because you are saying that Christ comes from David through Joseph.
Specific. Hold on. Wrong. Specific. No, well, so if that's wrong, why did the scriptures just say it?
somebody came through the seed of David, but he wasn't Mary, he wasn't Christ.
You're trying to say, right, that you're saying Christ doesn't have multiple times where he's created, but this says he's the root and offspring of David. And every time I bring it up or ask you a question, you run somewhere else. Can you define the word offspring or not?
Offspring is like he like come in the representative of a king on earth, because he came as a king. So David was a king, so he come as the example as a king.
Nowhere.
David was a king from below. He's from a king above.
Nowhere in this definition does it say anything that you're saying. It says kindred, offspring, stock, nation, descendant from a particular person or people. This is all literally talking about coming from that man. So he said, I'm the offspring. He doesn't say this. The word does not mean representative. This word, you understand, is not talking about being figurative. This word is not talking about being metaphorical. He said, I am the root and offspring. So he said, I was before and after him. And he even told you how he came after him. He came after David as an offspring, as a part of his family. Why are you changing the definition to the word?
He didn't physically come as an offspring. Someone came as an offspring, and he come through that offspring.
Why did it?
You get what I'm saying?
So now let's just. All I'm doing here, right? All I'm doing is reading the Bible. So let me read the Bible one more time. It says, "I, Jesus." Who's speaking here?
I, Jesus.
Jesus. So Jesus is speaking, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have sent mine angels to testify unto you these things in the churches. So what he's telling you, he's sending angels to say this message. I'm telling you, my angels are going to testify to this message. Now it says, I am. Who's the I am?
Christ.
Christ.
The I am.
I am the root and the offspring of David. He just said, I am the offspring of David. Why are you changing it?
I'm not changing it. He's the offspring of David, but he's come as an example of the king, like David. David was a king, and he come as a king.
But how do you become someone's offspring?
Well, Christ is different because he come from above. David come from below.
We are not talking about anything above or below. How do you become someone's offspring?
He's not like an offspring as you interpret it. Somebody is come from David through the line of David.
You are adding this to the scriptures. The scripture just said Christ did not say, I am the representative of the offspring. He did not just say, you understand, I am coming in the image of the offspring. He said, I am the offspring.
Yeah, because he representing as a king. David was a king. He come represent. So he's the offspring.
The word representation is not here. How do you become someone's offspring, sir? I'm gonna ask you one more time to answer that question, and then I'm gonna go back and talk to the other psychopath.
How come you're right? You said Christ was created in the beginning, and now you say Christ came to Joseph.
So can you tell me how is he the?
Everybody's wrong.
This isn't about you asking me a question. This is about you asking the same question I've asked you 10, now 11 times. Last time, how is Christ, when he said, "I am the offspring"? How is he the offspring? How do you become a man's offspring, sir?
I don't know. You're gonna just
you don't know. Next, all right. 744. 774. 774. 774.
Yo.
Tony?
Yeah.
You feel in authority, or you been humbled?
You don't have no authority. I'm just coming to have a conversation. We're still both humans.
We still both humans. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep this human on mute real quick and get back to what I want to talk about. So let's just be two humans, right? Let's be a human. You be a human on mute, right? See, let me explain something to you, Tony. I possess the mute button. Do you possess? Let me ask him. Let's see if we can talk about the word possess, Tony. I feel like this shock therapy might be healthy for you, right? So hey, Tony, can you hear me?
Oh, my fault. I had you on mute. My fault.
Okay. So now I have you on mute, right? Can you mute? Can you mute me on this? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Actually,
oh, wait. You see how you muted and nobody can hear you? And then he hangs up. Tony, our mute buttons are not equal. You only have the mute in which I allow, because I possess the mute button. You see what happens when you possess something? I possess the mute button. You don't possess the mute button, although you was with me from the beginning of the show. You were there since the beginning of Cross the Line. That's gold. That's good stuff, Tony. Man. All right. Whew. All right, let me see some of y'all in the chat real quick. Tony's a little special. Let me see. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bridget, Antisocial, Jerome Biggums, Stro Boogie. Who else we got? Who's rocking with us, man? Shout out to all y'all. Adam, Spidey, you know what I'm saying? Maria, Righteous Rue. Let me see something. Hold up. Let me check the phone line. Tony. Do you see I possess the mute button, Tony?
I got authority over here too, brother.
Oh, okay. I got you. Boom. You laugh to yourself now. Oh, God, that's good stuff. All right. Couple other things. Let me see. What's the title here? Israel cries for false leaders, right? That's some of the things we were talking about. Let me also share this real quick. Boom. Let's see how long Tony stays on for. If y'all want to be able to come on the screen, you know what I'm saying? The link has been shared in the chat. Phone lines are wide open, 917-779-9499. And a couple of other things, right? Since Tony's not here, I'm going to stop sharing that screen. I'm a little slow on the boards now, man. Your man, Rusty. So let me see something here. So Cap hit me up and told me, you know what I'm saying, to go to show y'all some comments, right? Some comments that was on the screen, all right? So in particular, I want to show y'all a video from, this is from a call from last week, right? And Keith Wagner, what about Sa-Netter? Are we talking about S.A.? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean is today the first Thursday? If somebody was to call up, but hold on real quick. Let me see. Present, share screen. Boom. So this was a video, right? That says, you know what I'm saying? A fake Israelite group gets destroyed, right? So now this is why I say that, like, Israel cries about false leaders. I want y'all to see something, right? It says the camps are not Israel. The people are. Gather yourself together doesn't mean be separate. Nah, we are supposed to come together. But when we come together, we have leadership. Commanding General Yohana is a real leader, right? Then it says, this camp is nasty and full of hypocrisy. Where is the mercy? All y'all do is mock. So are people not supposed to be chastised? Like, and I just want to show y'all what we mean when we talk about Christian Israelites, right? Because this is exactly what the Christian church did for Eddie Long. But every single one of y'all turn around and condemn Eddie Long. Y'all will condemn, like, where's the mercy for Diddy? Right? Like this cat says, it's crazy this man compared Diddy to Glorilla Hebrew. Why? They both want lube. Diddy just had more money, so he bought more lube. What are we talking about? So it's like when you stop accusing people for everything. ISUPK had issues with IUIC. No, IUIC has had issues since it started because their leader was a crooked cop, right? So like, I just want to try to understand, right? Like when it comes down to it, says we forgive the brother, but he can't continue as a leader. See, this is somebody you understand. It's not my place to forgive him, but he definitely can't be a leader. You get what I'm saying? Like so it's like you turn around, you see all these different comments, right? And instead of y'all turning around, and instead of y'all trying to like, because here's the thing, right? This isn't just about Israel. This isn't like. We speak when Muslims go off. We speak against when the Christians go off. We speak when the conscious community goes off. We're supposed to speak when everybody goes off. We're supposed to also speak when Israel goes off. So why is it that this whole time, right? Yeah, I said Glorilla Hebrew, but why is it this whole time, right? Y'all don't have this cries, these compassion for the Christians. You know why? Because you guys think you're better than the Christians. But what I start to find is that you and the Christians have the exact same thing in common. The exact same thing in common that you and the Christians have is that you cry for one of your own. You have respecter of persons. When somebody's in a quote unquote position of authority, that's when y'all want to turn around and then now cry and say, oh, we shouldn't speak about this. We shouldn't talk about this. Well, where's the mercy? Where's the compassion? None of y'all have compassion. You understand? Hold on. He said, is he gay? If somebody has to question if a man being penetrated is gay, I question your sexuality. Is absolutely respect to persons. You understand? Define the definition of sodomy. A man being penetrated in his behind. That's the definition. You know what I'm saying? So I think all of you got to shake off the respecter of persons. You know what I'm saying? Peg Bundy is outrageous. All of y'all have to absolutely, you understand, shake off the respect to persons because the respect to persons that the Christians have for TD Jakes is the respect to persons that you have for false leaders in Israel. It's the respect to persons you have for Nasty Nate. It's the respect to persons you have for Glorilla Hebrew. It's the respect to persons that you have for everybody. And y'all make me sick. Y'all didn't like the ISUPK to begin with. If y'all would have liked the ISUPK, y'all would have been over here. We would have been brothers. We would have all came together under the same banner. That's what we would have did, right? We would have been under the same banner. Hey, James Brown, you got, and especially y'all ain't have no. Where was the cries for the mercy for Polite? You guys didn't cry for Polite. You guys says that's what he got for shooting up the Bible. And the Bible said ISUPK on it. It didn't even say y'all name on it. You guys be saying, where's ISUPK in the Bible? ISUPK was written on the Bible and you made it about yourself. That's interesting. Every other time, it's all about the Lord, brother. It's all about the Lord. Especially Polite. I'm just a little confused about it. Let me see this. Tony? Oh, no, muted. Let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, you understand these things. You know what I'm saying? Well, Julius Richards, I'm going to tell you something. The Lord is not with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Unless you saying, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is with you when you do some kind of debauchery. Just help me out. Help me understand. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now, let me see something real quick. I want to see something real quick, right? No, hold on. No, this is the wrong inbox. Don't need that one. 646-302. You're on the air with Crossline Radio. State your name, where you calling from. So, hold on. Is this the first Thursday? No, we usually do that. We usually open that up for the first Thursday. Why? You have you either have a caller or you yourself. I got you. Oh, hold on, brother. I'm sorry. I gotta share this screen again. They couldn't hear you. That's my bad, y'all. I told y'all I'm rusty on the ones and twos. What I would say, brother, is I would say save it for, if you can, call up the first Thursday, and definitely when Captain Nazaryak is here, since he extended that invitation to you.
Okay, no doubt. Thanks. Okay, can I ask you a question then?
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Okay, have you been watching, or did you watch Bass Reeves?
The show?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with it, that, you know, he's the one who the Lone Ranger, you know what I'm saying, was actually based on, but I haven't seen it. What about it?
Well, you know, the bad guy in there on the show, his name is Esau. I thought that was funny that it's Esau, and he wraps him up at the end of the series.
No, yo, that's crazy, man. What's the series on?
Well, I got it on the Fire Stick, so I don't know if it's on Prime, or I'm not sure what network it's on, but
I'll Google it.
Yeah. Also on the Alamo, I heard General Yohana speak on that, as far as that having to do something with the Indians, which I never heard. Are you familiar with that? Or do you have any other info on that?
Yeah. So with the Alamo, Mexico possessed Texas, right? But the quote unquote like Texas Rangers and all that, they wanted Texas, and they wanted to keep having that area of Texas that was Tejas have slavery. And the Mexicans, along with the natives, like, and as well as so-called Negroes, banded together in order to fight to preserve, you know what I'm saying, Texas from having slavery in there. And that's what the Alamo was. The Alamo was basically the oppressors versus the oppressed, in trying to make sure that they would be that Texas or Tejas would be able to keep slavery, because Mexico outlawed it. So they had to take Texas from Mexico to keep slavery there. Texas was so gung-ho on slavery that if you ever look at Oklahoma, there's like a little sliver of land right above Texas that belongs to Oklahoma. That used to belong to Texas. Texas gave it to Oklahoma so they would stay below the Mason-Dixon line so they could keep slavery.
Wow, I never knew that. Wow. And they don't even talk about that. They make you think the Alamo was about something completely different.
Yeah, because they make it about American patriotism.
Right. Wow. Well, on topic with Sarnetta, yo, and y'all on point with what y'all talking about, Gorilla Hebrew, man. You know, from a victim standpoint, everybody always jump on the other side, the predator side, as opposed to looking at the victim side of it. And Sarnetta got a lot of nerve anyway. He forgot that, I realized that he was a Gebite. He was down with Geb until y'all washed him up. And then he the same guy that was doing the Dougie with Mayo. And also, he his introduction song that he used to play, which he stopped playing it, his introduction song had something talking about, should we free Dr. York? And I'm like, free Dr. York? Dr. York is where he's supposed to be, under the jail.
Yeah, no, listen, without a doubt. I think, listen, man, I think Sarnetta is, you know, I like Sarnetta. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's grown on me, you know, and, you know, over time, you know, me and that brother made peace, but he's not a leader. He's a journalist, and he should be a journalist, and he should report the news and do interviews. You know what I'm saying? He should not battle. He should not cast his opinion on that. He was a great journalist. He was a great interviewer. And that's where you should stay. And you should let people, you understand, who actually lead people give the opinions.
That's right. That's right. Because I knew he was off talking about Gorilla Hebrew when they showed him at that strip club or something. And I'm like, no. And his excuse didn't even add up, because I only went to one.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't a strip club, but it was their club that they rented for the Passover, and they just so happened to have the bottle girls come over dressed like that. So for the record, in particular, you understand, that was not a strip club. That's what, you understand, the everyone's been calling the ass over.
Yo, well, like I said, like I only attended one Passover, and it wasn't even an inkling of something like that happening. That was the Passover that they all did in New York City. I think it was on Jamaica Avenue. And it wasn't nothing even close to what happened at Gorilla Hebrew's Passover. It wasn't even an inkling of nothing like that happening.
Well, I'm going to tell you what Captain Mashak said. He said, in the end, there will only be one West. You understand? And when I say only be one West, I'm talking about the UPK. You know what I mean? And that's just it. So, you know what I'm saying? We'll see at the end of this who lasts. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see which one of y'all also get exposed as sexual deviants that's talking about forgiveness. Y'all want forgiveness because y'all having threesomes. Y'all want forgiveness because you gave your wife herpes. Y'all want forgiveness because maybe you getting hit with a pegging kit. Y'all want forgiveness for all different manner of sexual deviancy because you're dealing with women and you're throwing them away. That's why.
For real. Because I had no idea what a peg was until this came out. I'm like, what? A peg? What the heck is that? But shout out to y'all for holding it down to the whole.
Well, most Christ. But yeah, and man, listen.
I will definitely call in. Yep, next the first Thursday.
Call up the first Thursday, man, and you know what I'm saying. And we're gonna celebrate the Passover, not the ass over. You understand? April 12th. All right.
No doubt. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
After cop
440, you're on the air with Cross the Line Radio. State your name, where you're calling from.
What's up? This is Nile Valley Hebrew, Captain Kazak. Can you hear me okay, King?
Nile Valley Hebrew, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Captain Kazak? You know, I'm an Israelite, man.
Okay.
Out of the tribe of Judah. I want to know something, man, because I want to know. I wanted to ask you a question. Where can we find in the scriptures that we are Israelites according to the seed of our father? Can you give me chapter and verse?
Yeah.
And if you could read it for the people who might be listening that I'm having discrepancies with about this.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna go to, this is Ezra chapter 2, and then this is verse 59. To give you a little context, this is when they were trying to reestablish priest in Israel. And in order for them to, you understand, in order for them to be a priest, they had to be able to show who their father was, because you had to be of the seed of the father. And even if they knew you, it didn't matter. There had to be verifiable evidence. This is in Ezra 2 and 59, and it says, and these were they which went up from Tel Malah, Tel Harsa, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they could not show their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel. So anybody who could not show this genealogy, you understand, it was considered that they were polluted and they were put from the priesthood, because they had to prove their father's house, they had to prove their seed, and they had to prove that they were Israel.
Shalom, Aki. Shalom, King.
Hey, man.
That's what I needed from you.
No sweat. Shalom.
Shalom. This is your brother Nab.
Shalom, brother. We say shalom, just so you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
I got you, Aki.
Gorilla Hebrew said shalom.
Hey, shalom. Yeah, shalom.
Here we go. No gorilla. Shalom.
All the good greens, King. Peace to you, Aki. All praise due to the Most High.
All right. Oh, man, that's good stuff. No gorilla is going to tickle me for the rest of my life. Tony!
What's popping?
I'm putting you back on mute, Tony, because I possess the mute button. Phone lines are wide open, 917-779-9499. All right, I missed some of y'all in the comments. Hold on. What are y'all talking about? The ass over wasn't appropriate for sure. It damn sure wasn't. Let me see. Are you freaking kidding me, sir? The ass over is insane. Yeah, that is crazy, man. Let me see. Not the pegging kit. Yeah, nah. My leader ain't got nothing to do with pegging kits. Let me see. A Cap, Gorilla Shebrew said Shalom. Y'all should now officially never say that Ebonic Yiddish ever. Ebonic Yiddish is crazy. Can I steal that? Can I? He said, give back what you stole now. Can I borrow that from you? Ebonic Yiddish is gold. All right, man. Let me see. We got GMS London. GMS, y'all still exist? Let me see, Cap. You think we shouldn't go to clubs like regular dance clubs? So there's nothing wrong with a regular dance club, right? There's nothing wrong, like, comedy clubs, things like that. There is something wrong with a strip club. You know what I mean? There is something wrong. Like, and here's something else too, right? If you're supposed to be a quote unquote leader, right? And you being a leader, right? You're supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. Like, even when the scripture says refrain from the appearance of evil. So why would you go to a club where they throwing money in the air and women are wearing G-strings? Like, if you're a leader, then what you're doing is, by you being in that environment, you know what you're saying? I condone this. This is agreeable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me like, yeah, I was going to the strip club. I was trying to save her. You had to go to the strip club to do that? Strippers don't walk the highways and byways. You couldn't have a conversation with a sister in the street. You had to go up in there. And then you partying, you buying bottles, you got a section. It's not like y'all went in the club to have camp, which I don't think y'all would be able to pull off. I think them bouncers gonna slam you on your head. But the whole point is, right, there's nothing wrong when it comes down to if you were to go out, you know what I'm saying, dancing, music, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But the problem is if you're entering inside of environments like that. All right. I got a brother from the backstage. I'm gonna bring him on. This is brother. Is it Luxor?
Luxor, Luxor, man. I know you heard about the Temple of Luxor. Come on, man.
I ain't never heard of it, bro. I want to make sure I got your name right. So Luxor,
brother Luxor Lucci.
Okay, Luxor. What's happening?
Captain Desariac made a clip out of me. He called me the confused Christian.
I didn't watch it. You know what it is, bro? I be with Captain Zaryak so much, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't watch all this videos.
I know. I was offended too. Hey, I was offended. My homie saw it too.
Your homie saw it?
Yeah, my homie saw it too.
You famous.
Hey, yo.
Cap made you famous.
Hey, yo, but I got a couple questions to ask, and I want your honest opinion.
Okay.
And I want your honest opinion. If I told you the Most High was on the throne with woolly hair, what would you say to me?
Show it to me in the Bible.
Exactly. All right. That's strike one.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know what the strikes are for, but go ahead.
Okay, guess what? You know who said that?
Who said that?
I saw it today, and I wish I was watching it. Captain Tazariak said that when he was having a discussion with Cam. I can send you the clip.
Okay.
I couldn't believe he said that.
You know what I think?
What?
So I think that whatever conversation that you got, because this sounds like something you got personal with Cap, I think you should have the conversation with him for whatever you personally got.
I feel you said, I say less. You know
what I mean? If you got something off topic, I'll talk to you. But like, you see how
wait. What's the topic? My bad. What's the topic?
Well, no, I mean, like, if you had a separate question, the topic tonight is Israel cries for false leaders and Christians don't love God. But as far as
whoa, I just tapped in. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No sweat. But you know what I'm saying? But you know, we take callers for everything. But you said two real specific things. The first thing you said was Cap offended you. Then the second thing you said was,
but in a good way though.
I got you. But what I'm saying is, it sound like you want to talk to him.
Yeah. I didn't know he was not on with you. He not on with you?
Nah. He's the Passover's in Atlanta, so he went down to do some PR. So he just did an interview with Ugly Money, and I think he's doing another one with Tommy. So he's doing some work down there right now. Oh, and today was the Feast of Purim.
Oh, another one. You know what? I'm not gonna ask you because you borderline threw him under the bus already. I'm not gonna say what else he said because, like you said, I want to talk to him. I ain't gonna let you throw him under the bus no more. The first one, you threw him under the bus.
Get the hell out of here, man.
You threw Cap under the bus. Show me in the scriptures. He said versus Cam, and I know Captain got caught out there. That's some Christian stuff. What he said. I'm just calling him out, brother Luxor Lucci. You made a clip out of me, but yo, I'm gonna let you get back to your show, bro.
All right, no sweat, peace, bro.
Bless.
All right, bless up. This guy's funny. Cappy having some interesting characters, man. Tony too. Let me see. Is Tony still over there? Nah, Tony found out what authority is today. So I just got a text saying we need an official graphic. We keep Passover, not ass over. Yo, whoever coined ass over is crazy. That's insane. All right. Yo, listen, while we here, man, while I got y'all on the line, we've had some new music coming up. I was gonna drop a new song. Listen, I need y'all to tell me if I should drop this song or not. All right, let me know. Let me stop sharing that screen. I'm gonna slide over here. Present. Share screen. I need y'all to tell me, man. Let me know. Is it a different window? Where is it? Share this.
I just want to talk to him. That's it. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep one ear off too. Yeah. You see, I slide like Roku. Any shoes I walk, they would've broke you. Smoke that I had, it would've choked you. My back to the wall, I turned Goku. If not for the general, I would've stabbed or poked you. Just cause you see me on the Roku, nigga, that don't mean that I know you. Trying to do these numbers like Sudoku. I'm mobile. Hold this shit down like I'm supposed to. Chose to always talk less, more I show you. Navigating all this bullshit that I go through. I code you, the code that I hold to and hold true. I'm gon' do and talk my shit. I'm work my way here and go too. Said they want the old you, they ain't like the new you. Nah, yeah, nah, I ain't gon' hold you. How you niggas dealing with women that would've sold you? Need my money longer than the noses of these fake Jews. I just want my bread and dip in sauce like it's Ozzy. No Robbie, staying all black like an humble. Bad bitches playing in my hair with the contour. Skin glistening while listening to Miss Bobby. Ain't no slowing down when you be moving at Mach 2. I just need like 10 women for me to give my heart to. Peace be upon you. I don't wanna argue why they wanna charge you. They just wanna mark you. All the shit that haunt you. We ain't playing games and this shit here ain't no cartoon. I be dropping music and I wanna share my art too. Never hiding costumes, slow more than a typhoon. Tell the people of the world exactly what my God do. Bringing all my niggas here together strictly cause it's tribal. We the last of Christ's disciples, prophesying out these Bibles. Said we the last of Christ's disciples, prophesying out these Bibles. Yeah. You see, I talk to God, but never praying in pews. I'm paying my dues, always on my P's and my Q's. It's just these bitch ass niggas that be lighting my fuse. You know them Diddy types and these Pepe Le Pews. When family feuds, it's like you niggas winning or lose. The son of God who be turning all his water to booze. I see why you cheer, that's why I'm neglecting the booze. And I'll be fresh as fuck when the feds be watching my moves. The way I grow, straight out the concrete, we see in the roads. Spinning on the cardboard, freezing with a pose. These niggas pause, but we coming for the throne. Deading all these crackers and we leaving for the crows. Nuck if you buck, boy, we be throwing bows. Rolling deeper here than the sands of the shows. It's one West nigga and everybody knows. Everybody knows. Watch what you say, cause they listening on the phones. Frequencies in the music, they be playing with the tones. All we seeing UFOs, all we seeing drones. It's a chariot and bitch, we going home. We be going home. We be going home. We be going home. Get that one. That's the one I like. Give me another one.
Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see. I got some flames. This got legs. Bump it. Pow, pow. Got Katazak come through with the production and the lyrics. Let me see. Somebody said, is this from 1611? Nah, it's from 1969. Get with it. Get with it or get lost. I see some gas cans. See all that good stuff. Yeah. Gas plus fire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another joint that I produced, a little bit of something. You know what I mean? We had a couple of different tracks, man. We got a couple of different things that we've done, couple of different joints. You know what, man? Let me see something. You know what I mean? While I got y'all here, let me see. Did I share this? Hey, man, I got one more for you from Miss Harmony, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to Tribe Vibes. I'm going to put the link in the chat.
When my back's against the wall, I could still feel like 20 feet tall. I could still be the person you can call, even when my very world is falling apart. But you don't get it though. I'm not like every woman that you've seen. I don't be tripping when they tell me that I'm just like all these other women. I don't blame you. If I was them, I would've did the same too. But I'm not them, and I got sense enough to see the angles. I was raised by my daddy, who was raised by a player. A good black woman is surrounded by Jewish neighbors and Italians in Brooklyn who ain't like the way he lived and grew up doing something better. Worked hard to get the cheddar. Fast forward, he had a daughter that could flow so poetic and identifies as a Jew, but ain't against no Semitics. The shit is in me, it ain't on me, son. It's just my genetics. The way I'm eating these beats, you would've thought it was breakfast. But back to the message, cause they know I'ma keep a nigga secrets. First things first, if I see it, then I ain't seen it. Secondly, if you preying, I'ma peep it. And tertiary, I'm a mercenary, and freedom's on my receipt. So if you thinking shit like I won't fight for what I believe in while I'm doing the work of God, I'm pissing off on my demons that these niggas pledge their allegiance to, committing and streaming. Cause I know the earth was the cause before a heathen was breathing, and my blessings come by the legions. Cause I'm solid like I'm a semen, they following like a sequence. I know that women and children need guidance, and I'ma lead them. So if you provide it, then I'ma feed them. When my back's against the wall, I could still feel like 20 feet tall. I could still be the person you can call, even when my very world is falling apart. But you don't get it. When my back's against the wall, I could still feel like 20 feet tall. I could still be the person you can call, even when my very world is falling apart. But you don't get it though.
Yeah, she go crazy, don't she? She goes crazy, man. I produced that joint too. Y'all don't even know, man. We've been working, man. All you know what I mean? All this music is available on it's so funny, man. Everybody compares her to Lauryn Hill. Everybody. She do feel like, you know what I'm saying, like the 2025 Lauryn Hill. But I don't even like to compare her like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just she's that great that there's nobody else you could really compare to. For real. I mean, I think the vocals and the beat go well. She kills everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. So that's some things we've been working on, man. You know what? I got one more for y'all, and then we'll get back to this. You know what I'm saying? So just so y'all know, this is all the new releases, you know what I'm saying? All the new slaps that we had in about, you know what I'm saying? We dropped a new song every week.
Man, it's gonna save all them tapes right there. Yeah. And then the reading right here is, she asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me. Absolutely.
Bible in my right and a chopper in my other hand. Came a long way, used to bag her with the cellophane. Right or wrong, know that I'm rocking, that's my brother, man. Touch mine, bet that I'm spinning like a cellophane. 10 years, lost a lot of dogs, yeah, I shed tears. In the valley, yeah, I smell death, I don't have fear. Iron-hearted, can't be no coward that won't pass here. Complete the mission, come and pay a visit for your last ear. I'm tooling up, make a move on us, we tune you up. Absolutely, man, we know you coochie, you ain't fooling us.
Somebody says slow jam night. Maybe a little something like that. But let me get to this caller real quick. 515. We'll bring the tunes back in a minute. I gotta share the screen for you to get on. 515, you can hear me? All right, hold on 1 second. So let me just share this so that this way everybody could see y'all. Just so y'all know, man, I produced all of those, recorded all of them. Let me see here. Branded Bridge. Share. We're gonna come right back. All right, Shalom, who's this?
515. This is Smoke Reloaded. Doc. What's going on? Long time.
Smoke Reloaded. I'm sorry, a long time. Maybe that's why I don't remember you, man. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Iowa.
Iowa.
Yep.
Hey, I ain't gonna never downplay Iowa again. We got brothers in Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my peoples in Iowa. You know what I mean? So that last time I said, damn, this niggas in Iowa. Brother called me up, was mad at me. I said, Salak, I ain't never gonna disrespect Iowa again. All right.
We all around the four corners, like y'all say.
Yeah, man. What's going on though? You got a question or a comment?
Yeah, yep. I just have a few questions. I'll be brief with it.
Uh-huh.
My first question is it what's the age of an adult in the Bible?
So there is no direct age as far as a number, but there's a season. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a season for men and a season for women. And when the season would come in for like a boy transitioning to a man, he would go to the military for 2 years. And when the season came in for the daughter, it would be at the father's discretion.
Okay. So the scripture in Numbers, I think it's like 1 and 18. It doesn't say like the age is like 20 or anything like that, or it doesn't give like an age.
I've never seen an age. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been taught it's a season. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a season and different people mature. You know what I'm saying? As far as at like, you know, different ages, but you could round it out around there. You know what I'm saying? As far as like when a boy starts, you know what I'm saying, growing into manhood. But as far as a specific age, I never read 21, 22.
Okay. And then my second question is, it's in reference to the chart. I noticed that we do have a lot of different countries listed on the chart, but what about the northern part of America, as far as like Canada and Alaska? It's my understanding that they have some of the heaviest populations of Native Americans. So why aren't they on that chart?
Yeah. So as far as, okay, one, Eskimos are not Israelites, you know what I'm saying, which is why they wouldn't be on the chart. But as far as the other North American Indians like that were like related to the Pequot and so on and so forth that went up the East Coast into Canada, they absolutely would be. You know what I'm saying? Because even in like ethnology, while that might be Canada, it's still considered North America. So they're North American Indians.
Okay, thank you for the clarification, Matt.
No sweat.
Shalom.
267, you're on the air with Crossline Radio. State your name, where you calling from.
Hey, Shalom, how about you, Master Barakatah?
Isha Barakatah.
Philly.
This is who?
Officer Malakia from Philly.
What's going on, Hebrew?
Not much, sir. I had a question on Ephesians 2 and 11.
Ephesians 2 and 11?
Shalom.
Damn, my keyboard acting up. 2 and 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called circumcision in the flesh made by hands. Okay, what about it?
I wanted to break down specifically on the part where it says Gentiles in the flesh. Is that referring to like non-Israelites, like people who were born Gentiles from their flesh?
So he's saying ye. Who's the ye?
Who is it? Not sure.
So this letter is what book are we in?
Ephesians.
This is a letter. So this is a letter being written to where?
I'm not sure. Ephesus.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So like this is to the church in Ephesus. So when he says ye, he's talking to the people that he wrote the letter to. You think he wrote this letter to actual Gentiles?
A lie.
So what would happen if you weren't circumcised on the 8th day?
You would be considered a Gentile then.
You would be considered a Gentiles, and that has to do with your flesh, correct? So you're a Gentile in your flesh by your actions. by you not following the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So as a result, ye in past time being Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. The circumcision made by hands is a physical circumcision of your flesh, correct?
Right.
So if we were in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, right, and there was an Israelite who grew up Greek, you know what I'm saying, who is Hellenized, would he be circumcised?
Lie.
No, we would be though, right?
Right.
So what would we call them?
We would call them Gentiles.
We would call them Gentiles. Why? Because this is the circumcision calling the uncircumcision. You understand?
Right.
Because that's, you understand, flesh. That's the circumcision made by flesh of the hands. So this whole point is Paul writes these letters so that this way, you know what I'm saying, those in Jerusalem would accept the dispersed or the scattered of Israel when they come home. And that those who come home would understand that they could come home. So that this way, you understand, these two nations could become one again under Christ.
Khan. Yeah, Khan. That was everything, sir.
That's it.
Khan, sir.
I was smooth. Shalom. Good to hear from you. 774, you're on the air with Crossline Radio. Seven 4.
Oh, my phone. Hello? Can you hear me?
Is this Tony?
Yeah.
Did you learn your lesson yet, Tony?
No, but I got a quick question on collages.
Nah. Did you learn your lesson, Tony?
What lesson?
Behold, the when someone possesses mute. Tony's been trying so hard. Let me see, like the Ryan Apologetics, you've been commenting for 3 weeks. I don't know why you don't just call up. You butcher every scripture that you quote. It's pretty bad. It said absolutely is on repeat in the whip. All that good stuff. Ephesians 2 and 11. Numbers 1 and 3. Let me see. Listen, man, I don't know what the hell these cats do. Let me do one last thing though. You know what I'm saying? Before we wrap up, right? I'm gonna log in. Five 575. You're on the air with Crossing Line Radio. State your name. Where you calling from? We'll try to mute and unmute you. 575. Try it again. 575.
Kind of see out of my bed, bro.
Oh, no sweat. It might be on my end, man. Sometimes the mute button get a little sticky.
Is it safe to say that that Christ created the heavens and earth? That's over. It might be over some people's head. Only reason I say that because of I'm saying I'm looking at it as like the Most High created Christ, and then he said, you know what, this is a job I want you to do.
Basically, that's exactly what you. Hold on one second. Hey, Shalom, Sharita. Can I call you back in 10 minutes when I get off across the line? All right, Shalom, Sharita. But yeah, so basically that's what you're reading. I mean, this is why in the beginning it says, "Let us make man in our image." You know what I'm saying? Because who's the R? Who's the our? You know what I'm saying? It's those powers. It's the what they call the Elohim, what we pronounce as the Elohim. You understand, in the ancient Hebrew, in the Lashon Kodash. It's those powers, those authorities, you understand, which did that. Hello?
Yeah. Can I say something else too? Most time people It's not in the Israelite faith. Y'all speak Bible, but they speak religion and Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
That be the confusion. They speak in religion and Christianity instead of what the Bible says.
Yeah, they're completely indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? They're indoctrinated by, you know what I'm saying, white apologetics like Ryan, who's afraid to call into the show. They're indoctrinated, you know what I'm saying, by their slave master's version of Christianity, which is a farce and a lie.
And the other guy you keep hanging up on, he still hasn't got it yet, right?
Nah, he still ain't get it, no matter how many times we talk to him.
It's asinine. This is crazy. I don't mean to hold you, man.
He changed in darkness.
Shalom. I'll pray to the Most High and His Son Yahweh Shai.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Shalom. 518-379. Let me try to mute and unmute you. 518.
Hey, this is Ryan Apologetics. I'm not scared to call you. What's going on?
Man, it's about time you called in, man. But you know, this is what I want to know, right? Why do you guys always call up with like the last 5 minutes of the show?
Hey, man, I didn't know. Well, you guys have been going like 3 hours lately. I didn't know what times the show start usually. I'll try to call earlier next week.
So the show slot is usually from you know what I'm saying, 10 to 12. You know what I mean? Now last week we did go over, but that was, you know what I'm saying, like a little bit more of a different occasion. But in this instance, you know what I'm saying, this is, you know what I mean, this is pretty much the wrap up.
Gotcha. I know we, God willing, we'll have next week. But if you want to give me your exegesis on John 1:11 to 1:13, and then Mark 16:16, those are the only verses I will spend time on, since we're short on time, if that's all right.
So you want to do this because I feel like that's going to get dragged out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're basically going into Christ being God, right?
No, that's just Gentiles' salvation. John 1:10 to 12. Well, no, John 1:11 to 13. Those three verses, and then Mark 16:16. Those are just everyone can be saved. Okay,
I got you. You want to you want to call up in the beginning of the show next, and I'll allot you like a 25-30 minute slot, so we got space to fill.
Sure, that's fine.
So, you know what I'm saying? So next Thursday, you know what I'm saying? Call up about 10:15 once we get the show started. All right. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you, you know what I'm saying, about 25-30 minutes, depending on the build.
Okay. Sounds good.
So that's the topic you want to discuss, salvation.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever you guys want. I mean, obviously will always talk about the Trinity. Do you want to look at one Trinity verse instead right now to in the Old Testament, or not?
I mean, I only because, like I said, we wrapping up right now. And you're in apologetics. Y'all like to be long-winded and shit. I would really rather prefer for me to just give you the slot in the beginning and then build off there. Especially if it's a good dialogue, it could go a little longer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I just watched you get a phone call and saying you're leaving 10 minutes. I understand. It's not like you're just doing this because I'm calling, but you called me out, so I had to call in.
And you know what? You were not as afraid as I thought you were prior to. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give you that. I gotta recant my initial statement. You definitely called up. So you know what I mean? You got a little bravery, but just based off of the flow of it, yeah, like I said, 10:15 next week.
Okay. Yeah, we did debate on your channel in the past. I don't know, you probably don't remember me because you guys debated a lot of people, but yeah, me, you, and Captain had a short debate on the channel before, but yeah, it was on does God show favoritism and is God racist or something like that. But
okay,
anyway.
So then we'll run it back. Whatever scriptures that you want to start. If you want to start with the, you know what I'm saying, is Christ God, or if you want to stick with the verses you pulled up in John and Mark 16:16, we could do that next week.
Okay. God bless. Take it easy.
All right. You see how somebody could be an enemy but still be respectful? I think that's what the problem is. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and it's so terrible when it comes from our own people that, you know what I'm saying, they turn around and they just want to crash out. Y'all just want to completely crash out and you know what I'm saying, and go crazy when it wasn't even necessary to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind having the dialogue with y'all, but it's just like, it's when y'all don't want to answer questions, but you want questions answered. Come on. That last caller dropped off. All right, so with the last 5 minutes then, man, what I'm going to do is I want to share. Hold up. Let me present, share screen. So just so y'all know, man, you know what I'm saying? We got some updates that came to Tribe Vibes. You know what I mean? This is the actual web page, but, you know, y'all should know that's an app by now. We got all new music from Absolutely Answer. You know what I'm saying? All these different albums. Hey, I'm doing my podcast. Can I call you back in 10 minutes? Hello? You drunk calling me? Hello? Strict. I think he pocket dialed me. So, you know what I'm saying? Just so y'all can see, we got all the different albums, you know what I'm saying, recommended for you. Videos, go live, all of the above, man. You know what I'm saying? And I guess we gonna close out, man, with Ain't No Love, produced by myself. You know what I'm saying? This is King Ty. Check it out.
They just hate it when I pop shit. Bitch ain't on my level, I just add her to the block list. Think she gon' gain a space, showing to me topless. Nah, baby, stop this. Go ahead and cover that. I'ma give you game and some bread, go and double that. Let me see if you an asset or liability. Show me how you bring that cash back if you feeling me. Show me love. I be in that box like a golden glove. Pound for pound, put it down like it was heavy holding up. You know what's up, feel it in the air when we rolling up. Phil Collins used to joy riding in the stolen truck. Used to call him Johnny's out in Philly. Did it constant, bringing everything to the table like the contents. I'm an open book, read it and grab the concept. Trigger finger, doing so many curls, just growing biceps. Many death threats for real, and ain't no love on the other side. One's wrong, gon' make another right. You had yours, but you wanted mine. No love on the other side. Plotted on every other night, but that's all in another life. No love on the other side. From the lifers, get love from the nerds, get love from the bitches in the hood to the birds. Whether on a 9 to 5 or you get it off the curb. Just get up out the system, you gon' get what you deserve. I remember duffel bags full of herb, quarter after quarter till I stumbled on the bird. Masked up in Philly is like every day's a purge. I'm just giving insight on the day to day before I lead a game. Step back and just fade away. 12 gauge tactical bow, sound like an 808. Shotty get the metro booming. I'm a damage you, an animal. I ain't that human. I'm a different species, the feces with the music. Yeah. I can't help but get you rappers in line. Hollow tip fragments, all in back of your spine. 4-4 bulldog, all you packers are 9. I've been around the block, I spin that a couple times. I'm scared, and it only gets realer. Not a bit, but no miles, and it's straight from the dealer. You sweet, can't be around you niggas. I'm a diabetic. Every sheet, every line, every bar is a diuretic. I'm elite, I know the bar high. That's ain't no love on the other side. One's wrong, don't make another's right. You had yours, but you wasn't mine. No love on the other side. Plotted on every other night, but that was all in another life. No love on the other side. One's wrong, don't make another's right. You had yours, but you wanted mine. No love on the other side. Yeah. Ain't no love on the other side. Yeah. Tell me why you want to take my life. Ain't no love on the other side. There ain't no love on the other side. Ain't no love on the other side. Ain't no love on the other side.